fucking thing sucks!
Där rasismen och antifeminismen hänger ihop.
Mi volt ez a pusztító alfáriság?
Is it rational to believe in God?
No.
Many people think that faith and reason are opposites, that belief in God and tough-minded logical reasoning are like oil and water.
Maybe.
They are wrong. Belief in God is far more rational than atheism.
Is it really now?
Logic can show that there is a God. If you look at the universe with common sense and an open mind, you'll find that it's full of God's fingerprints.
More like if you look at it through a bunch of logical fallacies.
A good place to start is with an argument by Thomas Aquinas, the great 13th century philosopher and theologian.
No. I've already covered that Aquinas is a moron. You guys at Pragers should really stop talking about him.
The argument starts with the not very startling observation that things move. But nothing moves for no reason. Something must cause that movement. And whatever caused that must be caused by something else, and so on. But this causal chain cannot go backwards forever. It must have a beginning. There must be an unmoved mover to begin all the motion in the universe, a first domino to start the whole chain moving, since mere matter never moves itself.
Yep, the unmoved mover. I've already covered it. It's completely stupid because it uses the logical fallacy called God of the gaps.
A modern objection to this argument is that some movements in quantum mechanics, radioactive decay, for example, have no discernible cause. But hang on a second. Just because scientists don't see a cause doesn't mean there isn't one. It just means science hasn't found it yet. Maybe someday they will.
And just because you invent a cause, it doesn't mean it's actually there. Without any evidence, your propositions are mere fiction at best.
But then there will have to be a new cause to explain that one, and so on and so on. But science will never find the first cause. That's no knock on science. It simply means that a first cause lies outside the realm of science.
How do you know that? And even if you do know, you still haven't proved that God is the first cause.
Another way to explain this argument is that everything that begins must have a cause. Nothing can come from nothing.
Wrong. Something actually can come from nothing. You're just a bit behind with the development of scientific knowledge over the past 30 years or so.
So if there's no first cause, there can't be second causes, or anything at all. In other words, if there's no creator, there can't be a universe.
Yada yada yada. You're wrong.
But what if the universe were infinitely old, you might ask? Well, all scientists today agree that the universe is not infinitely old, that it had a beginning in the Big Bang. If the universe had a beginning, then it didn't have to exist.
It actually has to exist, because nothing is unstable.
And things which don't have to exist must have a cause. There's confirmation of this argument from Big Bang cosmology. We now know that all matter, that is, the whole universe, came into existence some 13.7 billion years ago, and it's been expanding and cooling ever since. No scientist doubts that anymore, even though, before it was scientifically proved, atheists called it creationism in disguise. Now, add to this premise a very logical second premise, the principle of causality, that nothing begins without an adequate cause. And you get the conclusion that since there was a Big Bang, there must be a Big Banger.
Whoa. Stop right there. You're jumping to conclusions again. How many gaps would you like to fill with God exactly? You still haven't proved anything.
But is this Big Banger God? Why couldn't it be just another universe? Because Einstein's general theory of relativity says that all time is relative to matter, and since all matter began 13.7 billion years ago, so did all time. So there's no time before the Big Bang. And even if there is time before the Big Bang, even if there is a multiverse, that is, many universes with many Big Bangs, as string theory says is mathematically possible, that too must have a beginning.
Wait, Why does the multiverse has to have a beginning? We know that the Big Bang has a cause, but we have no idea about the multiverse. For all we know, it could be infinite.
An absolute beginning is what most people mean by God.
No, an absolute beginning is what you mean by God.
Yet some atheists find the existence of an infinite number of other universes more rational than the existence of a creator. Never mind that there is no empirical evidence at all that any of these unknown universes exists, let alone 1,000 or a gazillion.
And you have no empirical evidence for God. But at least the multiverse, as you also have acknowledged, has a mathematical possibility, and that's why it's more plausible.
The conclusion that God exists doesn't require faith. Atheism requires faith. It takes faith to believe in everything coming from nothing. It takes only reason to believe in everything coming from God.
Well, yeah. If you use logical fallacies enough, God does seem more plausible. But no, your brain requires faith. The fact that you guys call yourselves a university is disgraceful. This garbage doesn't belong in a university, so fuck you. But anyway, I was the Hungry Cube. Comment, share, dislike, subscribe, or whatever the fuck you want. Best wishes and fuck off.